Good.
Good morning, Alex.
What's up, Johnny?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine. Could please talk about next season so far? The Red Sox must be very pleased about its season to date.
He's been good. He's been good for us. I do believe that his stuff is that good. His fastball is playing probably better than at any point of his career. Obviously, the mix of his pitches is really good, and he's still learning. What he did last week was impressive. Just attacking those guys from the get-go. It was probably his best first inning of the season, and he continued for 6 2/3. And like I said before, he got traded. He bought into the concept of what they were preaching last year. In the off season, he put work to get better body wise, and you can see what he's doing right now. We're very pleased with him posting every 5 days.
Can you talk about Kiki's performance of late?
I think it started in Kansas City, controlling the strike zone. He walked a few times. We always talk about him on the 3-2 counts. He's been doing a better job doing that. I'm a big believer, as you guys know, that, when you start walking, it's just a matter of time for you to get hot, because that means you're controlling the strike zone, you're making good swing decisions, and it's just a matter of time, and he's been doing a good job for us.
Do you think George Taylor has an outside chance of being an all-star?
If people look at his numbers and they see what he's done over the course of, since the end of April, he's been one of the best, if not the best lefty in the big leagues. You can't deny that numbers wise, right? It's been 20 something games, getting lefties and righties out, putting him in tough spots with 2 outs and men on, or facing a bunch of righties with, late in games. So from my end, like I said, if you're paying attention to what is going on, he's been one of the best, if not the best lefty in the reliever the last 2 months.
Yeah, Alex, where do you assess where Bobby Dahlbeck is kind of here on his 26th birthday? Just kind of where he is in his career and this season.
Career, that's a big word, right? He's just starting to start playing at the big league level. So there's up and downs. I do believe that lately he has understand that at this level you have to make adjustments, and everything starts with timing. We've been talking about that the whole time. You get there on time. Your mechanics are going to be sound anyways. But he has his rough patches, but at the same time, one thing I've been telling him, like, it really doesn't matter what you're doing. We still winning ball games. And that's why I tell all these kids, and the young guys, like, don't get caught up in your stats. Don't get caught up on your 0 for 4s or 4 for 4s. At the end of the day, if we got 27 outs and we got the win, just smile, have fun, and shake hands. That's the most important thing. Try to contribute offensively, defensively, running the bases, in the dugout, communication-wise. Do whatever it takes for us to win ball games. And I think he's understanding that part. Obviously, as a young player, it's not easy to struggle, right? He has such a good series against Kansas City, and then he went to Tampa, and he struggled against them. I'm glad that he was able to bounce back yesterday and put some good swings, and hopefully he can continue doing that.
Alex, speaking of winning games, you guys have won a number of games in comeback fashion. You have 26 comeback wins. It's the most in the majors. What does that say about your team and the resolve of your team this year?
Well, I think it starts with pitching, right? It feels like we haven't been out of games that often. The weekend against Toronto happened. Well, too bad. the third game of the season, the first game in the meeting, the first game in Houston. If you start remembering how many games you were out of it, it means that there hasn't been too many games that we've been out of it. The pitching has done an amazing job for 5 or 6 innings of starters. It gives the offense a chance to do what they do. And everybody knew coming into the season offensively, we were going to be good. Getting contributions from other players now is helping everything out. You know, you got Hunter now, yesterday, Dalbeck and Michael, Kike swinging the bat. Christian very quietly has been more consistent the last few weeks. So, but I think at the end of the day, you know, the pitching staff, which was the biggest concern from, you know, for the people outside our clubhouse, have done an amazing job. The bullpen, whenever we have the lead, they've done what they've done since day one. And I think that's the key. You know, if you pitch, you're going to give us a chance. You know, I keep reading that stat about when we score 4 runs, the record is unreal. I think it's 40-3 or something like that. I don't even know. But whatever it is, it just tells you that, okay, keep it in check, and then we go from there.
Hey, just as the manager, just for your heart, would you like fewer comeback wins? Would you like some ones where you're ahead and just stay ahead?
For my heart and for our bullpen too. There's certain days that you want to win by a lot, and sometimes I honestly feel like, you know, if we're down 5 and we got the bases loaded, I'm like, well, if we got to pull this off, we better, you know, get the lead, you know, because the whole thing about being down 1 and going to certain guys, it doesn't help. But I'm not complaining. I love the fact that we're always fighting, and we have a chance. Actually, yesterday, when Enrique hit the home run, it felt like, you know what, we just keep it in check. We'll make a comeback, and it happened.
Alex, en los últimos partidos hemos visto a Quique Hernández sonar su bate. ¿Qué tipo de ajuste ha hecho Quique?
Yo creo que ha sido más paciente en la zona de strike. Esto comenzó en Kansas City y es algo que él reconoce que tiene que hacer. Hay veces que se pone muy agresivo y él le hace swing a picheos malos, pero ha hecho un trabajo, ha trabajado mucho en reconocer picheos y hacerle swing a los picheos que él domina. Tú ves ahora, ha recibido varias pasos por bolas en los últimos 10 días, que es sumamente importante. Y cuando tú empiezas a controlar la zona de strike, muchas cosas buenas pasan. Y eso es lo que está sucediendo con Enrique.
¿Cómo está la situación de las lesiones de Arroyo y de Plawecki?
Cristian está mejorando rápido. Kevin ayer no se sintió tan bien como el día anterior. Así que hoy está recibiendo tratamiento. Si te pudiese decir ahora mismo quién llega antes quién llega primero, te puedo decir que Cristian lo más seguro.
Alex, what are you hoping to see from Sale tomorrow as he kind of continues his progression?
Same deal. I mean, you know, we saw the changeup, we saw the slider, the fastball velocity. For me, like I've been saying all along, you know, the live BPs are great, but how he feels the next day is the most important thing. And so far in between that live BP and up to now, he's feeling amazing. So, you know, go through his work tomorrow, and then we'll see how he reacts on Thursday.
How many pitches is he supposed to throw?
Same deal. It's going to be an up and down. He'll go to the bullpen, warm up like he's going to start. Then he'll come to the dugout, and then 15 to 20 pitches. But you know, he'll face hitters, and most likely he'll be more aggressive tomorrow.
Alex,
what was the
yeah, Julian was going to ask the same thing on Arroyo and Plawecki.
Yeah, Arroyo is going to run the bases. Kevin, he didn't feel great throughout the day yesterday. He's going to get treatment. It's not a big setback, but it's not as, you know, probably slow him down a little bit. If I can guess, it feels like Christian, he'll be back when he has to, you know, he'll be okay. Probably we'll send him to Worcester to a rehab assignment to get a few at-bats, and then he should be ready to go for the West Coast trip. And Kevin, now we have to wait a little bit, see how he feels today. But it's nothing major. But like I told him, I said, hey, man, this is not about this week or next week. This is about the whole season, and we need you, so just make sure you're patient enough, and we'll see where it takes us.
Alex, obviously, it's been huge for you guys to have the starters making all their turns all year. Are you going to reshuffle it all around the break, do you think, or have Tanner come up for a start, anything like that?
We'll talk about it. There's a lot of, I actually found out yesterday that we play on Thursday. After the All-Star break, I thought it was a 3-game series, and I was actually planning on going to Puerto Rico, but no, I'm not going to do that now. It's a lot of straight games, a lot of good lineups. We're talking about that. We're talking about that. August, like I said the other day, it's going to help us with the 5 off days. That's going to be very important, but we're going to need some help at one point, and these guys, they've been posting the whole time, and we'll see where we go with it. We're good?
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.